It doesn't matter who you are or what you have. Life can be pretty darn hard. And without a healthy mind, it's even harder. Check out online therapy with BetterHelp.com/TBTB
TBTB.
and be on your way to a little more ease.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Ball and the Beautiful. We're at the fancy soundstage.
Fancy soundstage.
So we look pretty good up here, actually.
Sure do.
Come on, Melanation.
Fish eye lens.
And we are The Ball and the Beautiful. We review the show Married at First Sight, Season 13.
13.
I am Melissa, Miss Kev on stage.
I'm Kevon Cowboy. Cowboy on stage today.
I am Angel, also known as That Chick Angel.
Mark is also known as Tank.
Big Tank.
And listen, we
Tank
going
Lee.
straightway get right into it because
Tight
this
hour.
was actually a pretty good episode.
It was.
Like toward the end though, I was like, they ain't gonna be able to get through all these couples, but they did. They had did a real
They
good
had
job
did.
of doing the things. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the peoples. Let's start. Oh, I didn't want to start with them, but it's the order of appearance. So here we go. Micah, Michaela, and Zach.
Who wants to say it? Who's going to say it first?
What you think needs to be said?
Your eyeliner looks very good.
Girls,
And Marcus's eyes are light brown. They
Yeah,
popping
your
in this light.
eyeliner
Tank.
looks very
Oh
good.
yeah. I said, okay, brown sugar. Okay, caramel macchiato.
Pretty Rick is what they call it. Zach. So they was making her look halfway crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Zach can't seem to let stuff go. If you can't get over something like this, you got a long road. Ain't no marriage or relationship gonna work if you can't get over something this minute and small.
This is what I'm glad you. I was looking at Twitter when I was watching this. There's this girl I follow who live streams everything. Live tweets everything, and a lot of people were upset with her. And I was like, as a husband, I was like, you had an opportunity. I mean, I get it. You had her dead to rights, but you dug in, didn't you?
She has apologized. Like she said, I have apologized.
Yeah.
I am sorry. What I just don't know if if it's continued. She didn't know. What she don't know,
But
she don't know.
In his defense, the canceling the not the baby shower.
Oh yeah, no.
The
The
that- no,
housewarming
no.
party.
I was about to say
all
the
that.
homecoming.
Domino effect.
Yeah, but they addressed that. She addressed I didn't know you was gonna feel that way.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that is what
and
she's
he's
saying.
still
Right.
standing on the fence. So I just don't know. My anxiety ain't set up. Or do you have a career? Because you don't have some anxiety.
And I'm not upset with him for feeling like he still needed to process it. I do feel like he was purposefully trying to make her feel even worse about it when she blatantly, clearly told him it was not about you. It was about, I didn't feel like we were in a good spot to have it. So even if he was just like, well, I still am in my feelings, but I feel like he was trying to make her feel
Yeah.
even worse. I don't want to stay here. I don't.
That part, I felt like that was like, dang,
Yeah.
like you really
I got something different to say.
Hey,
you feel the other way.
No, I actually agree with everything you guys are saying. The only thing that I was like, I kind of understand where he's coming from is because this is so new and it's a red flag that's a trigger for him. I understood him being like,
So to the familiar
even in
in a bad
the
way.
unfiltered, where she was like, I just feel like now I have to prove myself, which I do agree with y'all that like she apologized. Let's try to like wipe it clean. But I think for him, he's like, it's too early for you to be acting like this.
Yeah, foolish.
Time allows you to give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
Time
yeah.
allows you to forgive and be like, I know her heart. She didn't mean it. I know his heart. He didn't mean it.
Yeah.
But for her to be like that quick and him feeling like you told me not to wake you up. Then you did. Then it became all of this. And now you've like, girl, I apologize. I'm sorry. He like, not that quick. Not that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it is also human nature, right or wrong, it is human nature to carry your past relationships into your current relationship.
Right.
And if a person is bringing up and like you are hitting on the same nerve that a previous partner
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah.
You can only go off experience of what you
Yeah,
have
but
experienced.
it's-
And that sucks for her. No, I do agree.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about this in here's the thing. You got it's previous cats.
Yeah.
She is paying for his previous relationships. This was the first time I was like, I see why y'all getting to where y'all get. Because when you are vulnerable enough to apologize, and the girl that I follow on Twitter was like, good for Zach for seeing through this fake apology. She think these tears are gonna fix it. I was like, dang, I didn't feel like that was fake at all. But I think what happens is
Nah, I didn't think it was fake at all.
when you are that vulnerable and you're basically met with
Yeah.
you are now, that vulnerability then quickly turns to anger.
Right.
It's
Which
like,
is why in the
okay,
next episode she was like, I said I'm sorry, you gonna get over it or
right,
not.
right.
Yeah.
Like, which
Yeah, 'cause-
then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
'Cause,
Now she's
yeah.
doing another thing that he's gonna hate.
Yeah.
But hers, she's feeling like it's a response to an apology that wasn't accepted in action and words.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Oh, go ahead, babe. And then
No,
I'll say
I
what
just
I'm saying.
because it feels like instead of addressing the issue as far as how everything was done versus addressing constantly bringing up that particular situation.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that happened. Let's move on and figure out what we need to do to get better at so something like this doesn't happen instead of
Yes.
just hitting that same nerve over and over.
Yes.
And actually, that was his point.
Was it?
His point, when you go back and like actually listen to what he was saying, he was like, it's not really about this, it's about the way you handled this.
He did say that a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
times.
It wasn't really
So
about
then, I didn't
this
even
or
know. I
the
agree with Zach
apology.
now.
It was actually about the fact that you went from 0 to 100 that quick. It's about the lack of communication. It's about, I thought we was cool. Although Michaela was like, it really wasn't that cool, the conversation that he thought we had. It really wasn't
Yeah, it
all
wasn't
that.
a
But
conversation.
regardless, his point wasn't like, I need you to like beg for this apology, keep it begging for this apology. His point was actually the way you handle this, to me, is indicative how you will handle future situations.
Yeah,
and that's problematic for me because the way you said you were going to handle it is not actually how you handle it.
I think both of their problem is that they take offense too quickly.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
if they know the person.
Yes.
They take offense as if they know the intention behind what the person is
100%.
doing. And because they take offense so quickly, they don't take any time to ask the question of why did this thing happen the way it did.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like, I'm gonna go ahead and be in my feelings,
Yeah.
and be to a point where I just don't even want to talk to you
Yeah.
to figure
Yeah.
out what it is. And I'm not saying that that's an easy place to come to. I mean, even when you get married the traditional way, it's sometimes hard to be like, ugh. First, let me find out why you did this
Yeah.
before I rip your head off. But for them, I think it's even more important because they do not know each other.
I agree
Less than
wholeheartedly.
anybody else because
Yeah.
they ain't been. Everybody else been almost 2 weeks.
There's
Yeah.
nobody
What they?
else-
Day number
Oh,
4.
yeah, I didn't
Day
think
number
about that.
5 maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
said
because he
2
had that
weeks
vid.
and he was in
vitted
COVID.
out.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
I think one thing that helps in our relationship and probably in you guys as well, I know Melissa's never acting. This is a blessing, and I appreciate this for our love, and I love you. I do. I mean that.
He gonna
I
say
know
something
Melissa's
ignorant.
never acting in malicious intent.
Oh, yeah.
So how I feel, it is still how I feel, but I don't think he can say she's not acting maliciously.
well, she said she
Right.
was.
Yeah, well, and then she was being petty on purpose.
She was being petty
So
on
I think
purpose.
even when you're in your feelings, I could be like, okay, I know Melissa made me feel this way, but I know that's more than likely not how she intended. She just admitted I was a loud crack. I feel like your
She
neck was
admitted
gonna pop.
what? You
She
said-
admitted that it was tit for tat.
Yeah.
When she left, it was tit for tat. Like, oh, you left, I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave, and
Yeah.
that was completely like, I'm going to get you back. Right? I know Melissa doesn't act in that way, and they don't. To your point, Tank, they don't have that cachet of good interactions. Right?
Right.
They are starting off. Ever since he got COVID, it's been all left.
All
They
down
been
It was
yeah.
all downhill ever since he got COVID. And I think they're in a cycle of bad, right? We used to
Yeah.
talk about this in the first Love Hour tour. Even when you have the right to be mad for your relationship, I don't know who said I choose us.
Danny, actually.
Was it Danny? That was, even though he was justified, if he would have been like, I'm a little upset, I see how you're doing this. But the other part of that, well, let me finish that thought. I'm a little upset, I see how you're doing this, but I'm going to let it go. The thing that this show is different than other relationships, they are deciding if they want to continue
Right.
every day. So when you do that, and he's like, I think his boy, I can't remember his friend's name. His friend was like, you could see he has relationships that most would describe as toxic. So he starts seeing that again, and now he's like, is this me? Because they picked this woman for me out of the random blue, and she's doing the same thing that I've had in other relationships. I wonder if he's just like, ugh, this is not looking good for us.
But even his friend had to like call him out, like when he was talking to just the camera of like, well, Zach got some growing to do too.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
you can't approach all these situations the
I'm
same.
in no way trying to say Michaela's fault. Michaela is not at fault in her behavior, but I personally feel like if you're going to be on a show like this, that you have to allow for you two to learn each other both in the best ways and the worst ways, before checking out. If you check out this early, then you should have never been on this show. Unless the person's beating you upside your head. That's something
Right.
different. But when you check out this early, you're not giving yourself or the other person the opportunity to learn how you have to operate in a successful relationship together.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is that while she overreacted with him leaving, there is a solution on both parts of the way he communicates with her when he's leaving and her not jumping to conclusions if he does make a mistake and leave the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just feel as though while she definitely needs some self-help in working on her temper and working on how she acts very immature when she acts out. He's got a lot of work to do in communicating and not feeling like and understanding like when he is also in the wrong or when she's in the wrong, giving her some grace and understanding too.
That's what it was. I feel like he didn't offer a little grace applied in that situation. They probably would have rectified it more quickly.
On both parts.
And the other thing, the reason you give that grace in a long-term relationship is because you know you're going to then need it.
Right.
And when you give it freely, then your partner's like, okay, that one time he had me dead to rights, he let me off the hook.
Yeah.
So when she has me, hopefully she'll have the same grace. But he is in a more evaluation period than I think he is in a let's make this work.
Yes,
Period.
I agree.
completely.
I
You know,
agree.
and I think that's what is going to frustrate him. And I could see them doing that because then when he finally feels good, he's going to come back. This is my prediction. He's going to come back and she's going to be like, you left. When I bore my heart to you, you left.
absolutely.
And then on top of leaving, on top of not giving the argument rest, he then was like, I can't even stay here tonight. I
That's
wonder-
what
for my-
I feel like he was
just-
trying
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
her feel bad in
I
that
also
moment.
wonder
And she
how
brushed
much
past
of his
him.
anxiety is like
Self-induced.
no, well, like, is he on like perhaps anxiety medication or like?
Yeah, because he
I
kept
just
bringing it
want,
up.
he kept bringing it up like
because he
it
was like even pulling up.
yeah.
outside,
I just
it's
had,
like,
I was
that
so
worse than the
anxious
wedding
about
day.
it.
I'm like,
yeah,
I thought that was
like that.
worse than the wedding day.
That's
I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying.
I
dang.
feel like he's trying to make her feel bad to say those things. Like you already know what you're doing.
yeah.
You know, even if it's true, you know what you're doing.
And she
Like-
brushed past him so hard when she left.
Well, by the
Yeah,
end,
because
she had clocked
she was
out.
just like,
Oh, she's
I
done.
plan on
Yeah,
being
because
here.
she was like,
Yeah.
I'm
Like, my
sorry.
bad,
I said I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Can we move forward? He
He
was
was
like,
like-
I'd rather not. She was like, bet, bye.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like he's like
That Cam
contradicting.
Newton shit.
Yeah, I feel like he's like kind of contradicting himself because he was like, we don't have to have an answer right now. Which
I agree with
which
that.
I
I did
agree,
too.
but at the same time, it's like,
But that's
then
how
set
you're-
your ass down.
You are literally you
like,
are
sit down
acting like
and
you're not
drink some
hearing
water,
yourself say that.
eat some hors d'oeuvres, and I'll go to the bedroom. We can just spend it, but we can be here together. But he's like, we don't have to have an answer, but I can't stay here with you.
Right.
What?
There was a thought that I had. Is it gonna come back? Come on.
It's almost there. Come on. Yadaboshika.
Don't do that. You're going to make her.
Return. Yadaboshi, Jehovah Jireh.
Oh, the other problem. Me and Marcus.
Came back.
Me and Marcus, we be arguing, right? We are arguers.
And
This-
we be giving grace because I know I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, but what I will say with them that we don't do often, it's peppered in there sometimes. I feel like they cuss way too much in their arguments, especially to be a newlywed couple. And I'm talking about because she be throwing them things
Show
out
the
like
hard.
like the
Yeah.
star. What are those
Yeah.
things?
Ninja
Star
stars?
blades.
Ninjas.
Yeah,
The
she be
star
talking
blades.
about.
I think they're called star blades. I think in the factory they are like,
There's a
hey,
star
although
blade.
we're
Number 6
ninjas,
star
these are
blade.
stars. Give me 6
If they're
star
not,
blades.
they should be.
Yes,
Star
they
blades
should
is
be.
a-
I agree.
Exactly.
Whatever
Absolutely
comes to
better
mind to describe something is actually what they should have
Star
called
blade.
it.
But that's how she throws them right at his. I mean,
I
at
agree.
his.
What was
at
this,
his
a star
ear.
blade?
Yes.
Yes.
Previously known as a ninja star.
No.
And
Star
I
blade.
just feel like she's got to pull back both of them because they both. I've heard him throw some out
Yep,
too.
yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all just met each other. Y'all can't be throwing them cuss words out like that at each other because it just takes the argument to a different
Yeah.
level.
But we don't even cuss like the way they
No,
be doing.
no, no,
I be
no.
like,
We
well, the
don't.
damn car was dirty.
Right.
Stuff like that.
But that's
I
the
was like,
frustration directed at the
you
car.
are money.
Right.
Man, hold on.
That adds a lot of
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because now you're mad at the way you're talking to me.
Yes.
Right.
In addition to whatever the
Yeah, I'm just
Yes.
calling an inanimate object a piece of ish.
Right.
To where
Right.
you be like, no, you acting like a piece of ish. It's like,
She's
that's
like,
different.
you a MF
This-
and
that.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay. Because now, even if you were right, I'm like, first of all,
Yeah.
you don't even
Exactly.
know me like that.
Right,
Right.
You
yeah.
don't know me like that to be calling me
That's
out
the
my
other
name.
thing is, we don't know what was going down, how their emotions were riled up in the moment, but she said in her Jamie was like, "Are you confrontational?" She was like, "No, but I don't back down."
Which
If
is
his
confrontational.
exactly. So if his fight or flight in the moment, it seems like his is flight.
Yeah.
So
Avoid it.
Oh, yeah.
He avoided it.
So
Yeah.
that's probably why he's like, you know what? I don't know where this is gonna go. My emotions are still riled right now, because even he was like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Then she was like, but we finna talk. He was like, I didn't want to talk about it, but now we're here. Emotions get riled back up, and he's like, I'm not
Yes.
He
staying.
was right there.
Right.
And that's why I'm just like, this is relationship 101, but they don't have this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She was right there. She
was.
might have let it go, because
Yeah.
when he said it, she was not ready to receive
Right.
that criticism.
Right.
So she might have let that one go. He might not have even brought it up the same. You know
No.
what I'm saying? But because she wanted it right then, right? And that's me and Melissa used to do it early in our marriage. I wanted to argue with her the way my family argued, which is we're not going to bed mad. And she was like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
And
You gotta
one
sleep
time
on
she
it.
looked at me and was like, we have this conversation right now. You're not going to like it. I was like, good night.
Y'all should have worked that anger off.
Yeah,
Or
they don't-
exercise.
Let me sleep on it
Yes,
and calm my
they
day.
do with exercise, because
Come
they
on.
don't know how to
Come
de-escalate.
on.
But you can de-escalate or escalate on a Peloton.
Boom!
Bam!
Peloton!
Let me tell you, there's so many things that are just better to do at home. It's just you're able to get so much stuff done when you don't have to add a commute to things. When you are able to just be like, I'll just go right over here to do this thing.
Right to
well,
my
let me
office.
tell you, Peloton allows you to bring something just so much better to home sweet home. It delivers a workout experience that you never imagined was possible right in your own home. Like I know me and Marcus, we now enjoy watching movies at home. We now that we got a new double oven, we enjoy cooking
Hey.
at home. I've been baking stuff for no
I just been
reason.
warming up towels in the oven.
But with Peloton, you'll have a workout experience like no other without ever leaving your home. Now, some of the things that sets Peloton apart from other gym studio workouts and other home workouts are the community that you get with the Peloton. The fact that you can take these wonderful classes with amazing teachers that have these great playlists. I'm talking about, I've taken classes that at other places. I'm like, what is this music?
Man, it gets you right out of there.
It does not motivate you. But Peloton, you're able to pick classes that are, and you can specify them to the type of music that actually will get you pumping, get you going. They have leadership boards where you're able to, challenge yourself to get yourself on the leadership board. You're encouraged by the other people taking the class. You're encouraged by the teachers. And it also, you get live high fives to be able to motivate you in the middle of class. And that's not something that you're going to be able to get from...
Listen.
Go ahead.
I love this, right? Alex Toussaint is my guy. He was the black dude over there. He be playing the black music.
Yes,
and I
he
love
does.
it. And I don't care what you say. When I be wanting to quit, he be like, come on, man, don't quit. I'll be like, you see me.
You see you,
And it keep me going. Because I be wanting to get off that bike and go lay down in a milkshake bath. But I know I'm going to let him down. And also, when you see a lot of people riding with you, you be like, man, I don't want to let these people down. I know we feel like strangers, but we all working for a common goal.
Right.
And I just want to. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the competitive part of me, I'd be like, I could beat them.
You're
As long as at least one person lose to me, I'll be like, that's right,
Yeah.
Peloton. I beat Sally in Iowa.
I was just gonna say that his soundtrack is also really good too, because you be playing him loud.
Oh.
First of all,
I do.
They be picking, like, when you get the teacher that plays the type of music you love, you just
it
don't
sound like a club. It sound like Club Peloton.
It does. Also, Peloton has groups you can join, like Working Moms of Peloton or Tabata for Tacos. So you can join groups that fit the type of lifestyle that you have. There's limitless disciplines. So whether your mood or overall fitness goal, you can mix and match classes for a total body workout. Choose from cardio, strength, yoga, Pilates, outdoor runs, meditation, and more. You can curate music with epic artist collaboration and instructor curated playlists. Their music experience is unlike no other. A seamless fit to your lifestyle. When you purchase the Peloton bike, you get access to live classes and thousands of on-demand, plus access to the app to get you moving anytime, anywhere. With a boot camp between nap times or a ride before brunch, you can seamlessly fit Peloton into your your life. So this is what we want you to do with the Peloton bike. There's nothing like working out from home. Learn more at onepeloton.com. New members can try Peloton classes for free for 30 days at onepeloton.com/app. Terms apply. That's ONEPELOTON.com.
The situation with them two folks is that
It's volatile.
Yeah.
that's the word.
That's their
That is the
relationship
word.
is volatile.
That is
right
the word.
now. Ever since the COVID, it's just we cannot get into having a good day.
Yeah.
And I could see them. I could see them going tit for tat until decision day. I mean, we already know from the previews some of the stuff goes bad, but I was curious how it got there, and now I see.
Yeah,
Well,
the way
her
they-
temper's already bad.
Yeah.
and his actions upset her, and then her actions upset him, and it's just a recipe for disaster.
They're already halfway resenting each other, and that's all it's gonna be. It's just gonna be like, oh, you slammed the door on me, I'm gonna slam the next door on you. It's
And I'm gonna
just
slam
like,
while your toes
yeah.
in there.
And it could easily be like an accident, like, oh my bad, I didn't even
Yeah.
know you was behind me.
Yeah,
But-
volatile is a horrible way to start a relationship.
Sure enough.
It's different. I mean, I would take attraction not being there. I would take having a hard time finding commonalities in each other. I would take having different lifestyles over we're starting off volatile arguing.
Yeah.
That is not, even though me and Marcus argue and we'll go at it.
Why you keep talking about us arguing? We'll argue
Because
that
we
bad.
have a whole podcast called "Is This Going to Cause an Argument?" That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Is that we're not?
I'm just saying though, you ain't got no. Just
Shut up. Oh yeah, go ahead. Even though me and Marcus argue, there is a definite. We have never had.
we argue with purpose.
We have never had volatile arguments.
Oh, yeah, volatile.
That's not
Is y'all
something.
recovery time quick as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
our recovery time is really, really quick.
They've
it's
been
it's
mad
like
for the-
our
at the same
recovery
thing,
time
but-
is like a TV show.
We are
Yeah.
definitely. We are.
Like for real.
It is important for us to get to the root very quickly so we
Yeah.
can know how to avoid
move
that
forward.
same
Yep.
argument. We're not arguing for argument's sake of you gonna hear my side, I'm gonna hear your side. It's okay, what is this thing that has gotten us
To this
on
point.
to be misaligned?
You know what I think it is with Zach and Michaela? I believe, I don't know, it might have been Insecure, but it's like, I think the therapist asked Molly, do you want to be right or do you want to make it work? And I think at that time, Zach could have chosen right or make it work, but you weren't going to be able to get both of those.
Yeah.
And I think he chose, I wanted to be right. He wanted to be, and he was fully justified.
Sure.
And you could even argue that him removing himself from the situation could be justified. And he's right? But I don't think it's going to help make it work.
100%
And I think
correct.
that's
I
the-
actually think that is a function of how little they've been together.
Yeah. And maybe how they handle things.
It
Yes,
could be
both.
Yeah,
You
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this was like years. I mean, this is all imagination at this point. But years down the line, you have that cachet you were talking about. We've been together. I actually love you because we've been together for a long time. I don't want this relationship to go anywhere. That he would offer that kind of grace to be like, okay, let's sit down and work this out.
Yeah.
Versus in the very beginning of a relationship, it's the easiest time to be like, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Do you think it
Yeah.
has anything to do with his lack of being in a relationship? 'Cause
Maybe.
he's
At least a
27.
positive one. It don't seem like
Yeah.
he
It
looks
sounds
like
like
he's been
a
in
bunch
And
of
some,
Yeah.
but
almost might be a little romanticized too.
No, 100%. I
I didn't
absolutely.
Romanticized.
Romanticize.
what might be
Like
the
the,
relation-
the
His
relationship.
perception
Oh,
of what
exactly.
the,
Yeah.
Exactly.
his perception of what a relationship
No,
should
what
look
a,
like.
yeah, what a relationship should
Got
look
it,
like.
got it.
Coming out of all the toxic ones, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, clearly something was done wrong there, but this is gonna look like this. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great.
He could have
is true.
used this as an opportunity. You want to say it?
Kaylin said, but she changed based off his friend's suggestion. I actually do agree with that.
She
that
did.
her energy came in differently after she had the conversation with his
How you
friend.
yeah, he told her to
That's why I
do it
started
calmly.
off from is that after they met back up, after she talked to his friend, it's just like, okay.
She's
And-
understanding.
and
Yeah.
she's understanding. That's when she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And he was still like, hey. That's why I'm like, come on,
Yeah, I
man.
agree.
He like he was saying something to a girlfriend in the past he wished he could have said then. He's like,
this-
I didn't tell you, but I'm gonna tell Michaela.
I'm gonna tell her, but no, because you can tell. Again, I'm not saying she's right. You can tell with all of her outbursts and the things
Big
that
ass
she
hand.
does. She's not doing it thinking that they're still not going to work.
I agree.
Oh, agree.
Her packing up and leaving pissed off wasn't, I'm leaving this marriage. I'm just going to show you how mad I am.
Yeah.
Her canceling the housewarming. We
Actually,
both
was like a legitimate reason for canceling those.
It was not her being like, we're not going to work. It's, I don't think we're on a good enough page for us to have other people come into our house. Where I feel like he's at the point of, this ain't going to work.
Yeah.
And she is.
I think it flipped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her biggest mistake with him, I think, I'm not saying it's a mistake, but with him, she greatly misunderstands the consequences of her actions.
You go right about that now.
He takes that stuff way harder than I think she realizes he's going to take it. And she's not understanding that. Whether she's wrong or right, he takes it to 10.
I think their window to be aligned, they both flip-flop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when she was really mad, Pastor Cal came in. Then he thought they were fine. Then after Pastor Cal, they have a conversation. He told his friends, I thought we were straight.
Yeah.
Then she sends me a message. No, I'm not done being mad. I'm canceling this. Then he's like, well, wait a minute. Now, after the events, she want to apologize. And he's like, nope, now I'm mad.
Right. Because I do think she took the friends.
It's like trying to touch two positive magnets.
Yeah,
they just
it's gonna keep missing.
That is the best analogy.
That is such a perfect analogy.
One of y'all
It
flip,
is.
the other one stay. Y'all can...
And that's what happened with the magnet. They both flip, and now it's the other way.
I do think she took the friend's suggestion to heart.
Yeah.
And I think had she possibly gotten that suggestion from the beginning, she would have adjusted her behavior.
But do you think she could? Because that seems like that's her personality.
It is her preset, absolutely, absolutely. But because I think she wants this marriage to work, I think she would have fought very hard against what's her what's that thing called? Reflect? No, no.
Reflex?
No, when you do something all the time?
Default.
Default works.
Yeah.
But there's another word. You know what I'm talking
stop
about.
talking.
Programming.
I can think of it.
Disposition.
Just natural reaction. I can't
Reaction.
think of it.
No. Somebody gonna tell me.
Reflex.
Predisposition.
Predisposition.
It's not that big.
Reflex.
Is it reflex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knee-jerk reaction.
I swing back.
Yeah,
it's
that's
your reflex.
that's why I was doing that.
All right, tight hour. Move
All
on.
right, we moving on.
Reflex, babe. You did it.
All right,
Tight
let's
hour.
go. Child, let's go to Bow and Johnny.
Can I
Man.
start?
Go ahead.
Can I start?
I didn't want to start them. I wanted to start them, but go ahead.
Johnny, zoom in me. Cam, single me out.
Zoom in.
Johnny, now you done
gotta
lost
get
me,
up,
Johnny. You pissed me off this entire episode. I don't like how he handled anything in this
can I go
episode.
next after
Go
him?
ahead. Go
No,
on.
no.
No,
You
go over.
done?
I want to split the anger with you.
Zoom in. Johnny, with all the theatrics. All right?
Yes.
This is not a play.
That's exactly.
Stop
Say
it.
it, baby.
Zoom
Say
in.
it.
Stop it, Johnny. It's not that serious. That's all right, Ken. Thank you, man.
Cam
We
was gonna
are
try.
hard. We difficult. I'm sorry. But
I-
come on now, with all these theatrics.
He thought he was in a movie. He was in. We're both.
Because all these things. Come on,
And
Johnny.
then him and Jose. Hold on.
Him and Jose.
Oh, what was that?
Don't mess up my eyelash. Don't mess up my eyelashes.
I was like, God,
Eskimo kiss. Come on now.
I was watching this on the plane. I audibly was like, "Oh, brother, just enough. Just enough."
I think he's cried. Has he cried every episode?
He has.
He's found a reason to cry and like laugh it off, like, because I feel like he works up the tears to get one to drop before he start like.
Even the bedroom conversation when he was falling asleep, we'll rest on it and talk in the morning.
So too much.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
this man is
talk
so
about it.
extra.
I mean, I'm like,
I'm actually angry he got married.
I'm
angry.
If I were her, I would have been like, you shouldn't even be here.
No, I agree.
You are so. The woman, look. The thing that bothers me the most, he is going out. He said it. He is going out of his way to find some. This is Johnny. the way you just cracked your
know.
neck.
I did. It felt
You
good,
know, that sound, I don't like it. And I just feel like if I would have heard a before, in my first date, I would have been out.
gone.
You know what?
I just want to be honest with you. Had I known this, if we weren't in this experiment, we wouldn't be together right now.
I'm not a big cricker, and you've done that. That's like the second time you've done this, and I just need some time. And then they go to his talking head, and he's just like, you know.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
the breathing.
exactly. That's exactly.
The breathing.
You got the pause and stuff.
It's just the way when she cricks. I'm like, in the past I would have.
See the lips up?
Yes.
I would have just laughed. And it's just like I'm watching her crick her neck, and it's just like, are you not happy with me? Is your neck not comfortable?
Oh.
And I'm just like,
And that poor woman
Am I
is
right
trying
for being
so
here?
hard.
She is.
and I would be,
like
I'd be too done,
He is so extra. And
I'll
then,
be like,
and
I'm
then-
me, nigga. Deal with it.
bruh. She has it. If you look at, and I know you're not supposed to compare couples to couples. But if you look at the stuff that Michaela and Zach are going through,
Right.
and then you look at the stuff that you were complaining about, it is the most superficial
It is.
stuff. It is the most.
Crazy.
It's the most.
Yeah.
You left the toilet seat up, like, bruh.
You know what he needs to do?
He
needs to talk to somebody about all this ignorant
Where
stuff
at,
and all
Tank?
these theatrics.
And he needs to go to BetterHelp.
That's
is where
where
he needs to go.
That's what I've been saying
Yeah.
from the get-go.
Because something is interfering with his happiness. Okay? And it's
Yes.
preventing him from achieving his goals of being married. All right? Johnny is over here projecting all this stuff on Bao that is not Bao's fault. He's
Yeah.
over here just making her feel like she's not worthy of being a wife when it's actually him that has things that he needs to
Yes.
work out. And he's not the only person that does this in the world.
If
And
you got to go to therapy, what about it?
what about it? Well, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. So all these people in Houston, is this taking place in Houston right now?
It's in
Yes.
Houston.
They can get on BetterHelp. Come on, Married at First
And
Sight.
even if the best therapist was in LA, the people in Houston got access to them.
Come on. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video and phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
That's right.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today.
Yeah.
You can visit their website and see their testimonials. There's so many of them. You'll just know how good they are. Visit BetterHelp.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
That's BetterHelp. And join the over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. Now, this is a special offer for the Bald and the Beautiful listeners. Get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
And we thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this podcast.
If I was Bao, I would be like, you done did this one too many times.
I
Because
agree
it was
with
just
that.
the last
Yeah.
episode, or maybe an episode, two
agree.
episodes before, where he needed to go home and figure it out.
Yes.
Was that last episode or
no,
two?
the one
two
before,
episodes?
I think 2 episodes
Okay,
ago.
so
yeah.
he just, which means it
He
was
just
like a
got
day or
back,
two
yeah.
ago in
Right.
real life.
Yeah.
And now you're not sure if you want to be married, but nothing has really happened.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing.
She's literally just been her.
She's just awake.
And you know what would have had me?
Dog, she's not
Oh,
doing
wait.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
annoyed for her. It's just
Yeah.
like, bro, why are you making a big
And she's
deal
not
about
getting
this?
mad about it, which is
I think
she's
she
trying to be
is.
understanding.
I
Sorry,
think
go
she's
ahead.
getting irritated.
No, she's getting there, but like she hasn't expressed that yet.
Let me tell you, I would have slapped the taste out of his mouth when the friends asked, how far into this are you? Like they said, if you could rate this, like how committed to this.
Oh my God.
And this a-hole said, what did he say, 65%? And I was
Yes.
like, you mean 20?
Right.
Because you were
lied
just
the-
crying.
He lied the entire time.
Well, so did she.
absolutely
She was
did.
like, I'm 100%. He's 90. I said, girl, you don't know math.
Yeah. No,
You don't know math, baby girl. Because he trying to leave you today.
He is checked out. He should have went on another date.
He should not have applied to this show.
He should not.
When he was saying, I thought I was ready, I thought I was ready. That's about the honest thing he said. He
And I don't
thought
know
he
that
was
she's-
ready.
Yes.
He was not.
He said, I'm effed up. She's effed up. We're both effed up.
No.
She's
No.
not.
No, he's saying that she's effed up because she's married to him.
He was right about that.
Oh,
Because
okay, I didn't read it like that.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but what's ridiculous? Like they gave him the what was it? The relationship book, and when he was talking about, well, you know, maybe that's hinting toward, you know, I don't know where. Like, why is that even on your? Why is sex even on your mind if you don't?
This is why he pissed me off. I don't
trying to
like.
keep it PG.
I would
Don't you
be
PG? Ain't no kids in here.
again, not to talk about how we be arguing, but still, if me and
Again?
Mark, yes, I'm gonna bring it up, and let me tell you why.
As an example
As
of
an-
what you should do.
Yes.
Hey, let's don't come over
No,
here
no,
with
no,
some
for
logic.
real. When me and
home crew
Marcus,
beefing, home crew beefing.
No, we ain't beefing. That's my homie.
when me and
That sweet potato
Marcus
pumpkin pie,
are
though, I'm a
feeling
little
some
mad.
way type about each other, we are not going to fake it for
Right.
anyone. It's not going to be all of a sudden him touching me and rubbing me on my back if we're not like feeling each other just because company's around. Because that's
Yeah.
just gonna make me escalate. I'm gonna be like,
But why you touching me?
right?
Like,
You know we ain't talking right now. So why you touching me like that?
y'all be like, Liz, could you give that water to Angel so she give it to me?
And I feel like that's what he did. He has not ever treated her this nice since they've gotten back.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, once company's there, he's all happy-go-lucky about their
Faking the
marriage.
funk.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is this about? No, you just said her happiness annoys you.
Yeah.
It turns
Like
you
2-3 days
off.
ago.
What a ridiculous
It's a
statement
stupid thing
to say your
Dumb.
happiness. I want Melissa to be happy. Am I jealous when she's getting dumplings? The funny thing about the dumplings, Daddy made some dumplings. I was at home in
Kev,
the
let's
hotel.
not talk about
No,
it.
I want. Oh, you didn't get that.
I
I,
didn't
saw
get-
you.
I-
wanted
No,
to
I
he
come
was
back.
was
busy,
working,
man. I
putting
was
in
working.
a recess lighting. They could have
Listen.
came over and cooked the dumplings at our house.
Oh,
but
now
you
we
didn't.
got
Good.
ovens and furniture lists
Listen, I was in the hotel.
this weekend.
All the
My
restaurants
house.
were closed.
Uh-huh.
The doggone, next to the front desk, they be having like a
the
snack
little kitchenette,
place.
yeah.
They closed that. I was like, why? This is just the door of a closet. All I wanted was a granola
It was the door
bar.
of
So
a
then I
closet.
go to my room. I go in Melissa's story because I'm, I want to cry a little bit. See
It
what
was
she's
a
doing.
story.
Yes,
had
that's how we
apple
saw
dumplings.
it. Oh, they were gorgeous.
Why
Mark it.
y'all keep doing this to me?
I'm mad
Liz was
too.
texting me, hey, boy, you don't know what you missed.
It was
Stop
very
it.
good.
You women, you texted him to let him know.
To let
In
me
the
know how
home-
good it
the
was.
home
show
team
show
group
him the
chat.
story.
The home team group chat.
Yeah,
Listen.
the home team group chat. It's just like, more, I'm like, you can. I don't need details. Thank you. I'm fine. I was like, I'm about to send an Uber to come get me a plate.
Plates.
Plate.
I forgot where I was going with that
My
point.
bad.
And
Get that
she
outta here.
made
Knock your
this
phone out of
caramel.
here.
I don't know if the caramel was homemade because I don't know how you make caramel.
It's sugar.
But she added some
Hennessy or
like
something.
like a
Because they
like
know
a-
home crew be drinking.
like a cream,
Boy.
like a heavy cream to it.
Oh, Melissa called me. She was, Kev,
That's what
Daddy done made some sweet pulp.
Don't say it. It's gonna be on the restaurant. I mean, on the cookbook.
Okay, Daddy done made some very good dessert. And
It was a homemade ice cream.
But you know what I said?
But I said you can't say what was in
Oh,
it.
okay.
I said, oh, so you just being a villain. And then she said, insert to hear me.
To hear the
Because she
villain.
kept giving me details.
That's what it-
I
that's what
was like,
started
I'm going
this.
on silent.
Josh was looking at her story. She was like, "Why is Danny even on the home team? She don't have nobody that's on tour."
Danny's like,
I
yup.
don't care. Danny be like, "I'm gonna
Danny's-
be up in there."
Yeah.
Danny's she's in there.
I can't
More
remember
than
why I
I am.
went
I
to
just
that
joined
point.
them.
We were talking about
I-
food. I don't know.
I just joined the girls. It ain't
point
even.
It's
They just recruited me.
Danny is
I'm
making
sorry.
a
He was on the road.
cookbook just to put a period on it. Danny's making a cookbook. She's testing out. This is ridiculous. She's testing out the recipes, and we are the testers. So for 2 days, all we did was
Don't
test
touch me.
2
recipes.
days?
2 days. I ain't get
I'm
invited the
sorry,
first day.
baby.
I didn't see
feel
you at all
bad
with them
for
this
you.
I
weekend.
wasn't
Marcus.
with them.
That it was his.
I was
fault.
at home. I was eating
Yeah, it was-
BJ's ahi tuna salad.
The first
I
day
was
was
watching
beef
the
anyway.
boys. They was in that little table. It was so cute.
While Marcus was put in recess.
Yeah, I
lighting.
remember when
That's
I was
why you
working
had a
hard.
honey-do list.
You did. I was looking at Marcus' kids, and I was remember when our kids had that little
Man.
table.
Okay, we off topic. You talking about the tight hour? It's your fault.
Tight hour.
Tight hour.
Anything else on Bow and Johnny?
He
No.
sucks balls.
I want him. I
That's
want
the
him.
end.
He sucks.
Dang.
bounds.
That's the end.
I want him to take a
How'd
hard
that
look in
happen?
the mirror.
Look at the beginning of this season, and how did Johnny get to trash
I
level?
thought he would
And
never.
this was the couple I thought would make it.
Everybody.
I did not think I would dislike him the way that I do today.
I want him to look in the mirror, and I want him to pull his pants up and act like an adult male who's signed up for a competition. He is treating this woman's life like a plaything. He's decided I don't think I can see another person on this show who more wanted the person to just fit into his life exactly the way he wanted
100%.
than him. And I want you to look in the mirror and realize that if your relationship fails, it is right now 100% your fault.
It's almost like he wanted somebody to come in and swoop him up like a baby and tell him it's going to be okay and
Yes.
act sexy and be quiet all at the same time.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like his stuff that is annoying, he doesn't see the issue with that.
Right.
But everything she does that annoys him, not only does it bother him, he makes a point to make it each point a talking point.
Oh, absolutely.
And tell her, I just want to be honest. And it's very Ricky
Yeah, it's
Bobby
almost,
with all due respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just say that and then say whatever you want. But I said
Exactly.
with all due respect.
Yeah.
And he's talking about he just into vanilla sex. You got a whole lot of what you call it? I can't remember no words today. Shortcomings. And you worried about her getting giggly and happy.
Yeah, just
Better read that book.
enough.
Eating
not time.
papaya.
Now listen. Yes, he should.
So what was it?
Yeah,
Was
it had a papaya on the
Oh.
front. People need to learn how to do it.
Yeah, look at that. Pow.
Is that right?
Tight hour.
Wait, I thought an ad was coming. That's why I was shushing.
No, we got a little
I
more
was
time.
like, where was the papaya? Is that a book?
That is the book that they had gave him at the thing. It's about pleasuring a woman. It had a papaya on the front.
What is a papaya thing people do sex with?
No, when
Nah,
it's
just-
cut
it's-
open, it
looks-
resembles.
It's like
Coochie.
most fruits. Yeah, it's like a lot
Ooh,
of fruit.
child, when you have to
Coochie.
explain the joke, it's no longer a joke.
Papaya look like a
All right, we done with them. Yeah, Val, Johnny, we turned on you. Next couple, Mirla and Gil.
I like her now. I do. I like her now,
I don't
which makes
remember-
me what?
She had a good
knew
episode.
It.
I don't remember what happened, but when
I
something
can tell you,
happened,
when she was on the phone with his mother,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see that she was genuinely wanting to connect. She wanted
Mm-hmm.
the mom to like her. Like, I feel like they have edited so that
Yeah.
we want to dislike her.
Yeah.
But as I watched her more, I'm like, these two might actually make it.
I actually
Hey.
thought the same thing. I
I
literally
said it from day
you
one.
Did.
You did, Marcus.
And I'm
You
not
did.
gonna lie to you.
Marcus said
I
it.
had the same thing. My only
did.
issue is I a little bit turned on Gil though.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Yes, me too.
I did because again, the way they've edited Mirla to have us think of her as
the-
a superficial
It's the current
gold
Karen,
digger-ish
yeah,
person.
Karen Miles thing.
Yes.
again, yeah.
When the reality is, when they pulled up their savings
Come on,
account,
Melissa. I was
She
hoping you
had
were
her
bring it
ish
up.
all together.
She sure did.
she was like, so it
She's
sounds
Jose
like
without
you
the
need a place
without
to
the,
stay.
she's Jose without the board.
Yes.
Yes.
Just
And
because
she said,
all
I pay my credit card off
Show
every
enough.
month.
Every month.
Show
And I
up
don't go
with-
shopping that much.
with-
3 times a year.
Three
with
times a year.
8 Louboutins in there, with
Yes.
13 racks of 8 pairs of pants hangers that are true religions or whatever they're called, with my high standards, and I still sounds like you need to get your game up.
And he was like, so she was like, so we buy a house, we start from scratch. He was like,
Yes.
I
mean,
have no
No,
money.
he stumbled. Talk about, well, my savings account is rolled up in my 401k from over there, but I can send
Yeah.
it over
And the
here.
way
Like,
my
I ain't gonna be able to show
bank
you.
account
He said, I can't get the money from Costa
No, no, no.
Rica.
It's
That's
not
over there.
Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia.
Colombia,
Now, when
that's what it
she
is.
said, hold on, Face ID, it's right here.
Right. She said that's what she knew.
That tap with your nail was so loud because you were making a
Listen, that
strong
got the
point.
strongest nails in the game.
Oh, yeah.
When she
Oh,
be
yeah.
pointing and doing stuff, look at that finger.
It's First Lady fingers. Come here. Let me talk to you.
That's your mama from the choir saying, get your butt up here now and shut up.
Let
or I
me show
kill
you.
I kill you.
She
Sound like a
Too legit to
actual
quit.
metal nail hitting the phone.
Yes. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Clack, clack, clack.
Is my savings down in Colombia, and you know I got the banks are different
It's my
there.
checking
was
and
all
my
these
savings.
excuses.
If I transfer it,
You got to have that
But-
Swift code because
yeah,
it's
but-
international.
When I was just watching them react and how, like, I think she has a very dry humor and dry
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
So, and it was, I don't know, it was a specific conversation that they were having. And I was like, you see how they just talked and how they just dealt with each other in that whole conversation. I said, they've been editing her to look a certain way. And that's not how they react. They seem like they're happy together. Like, even with him always joking about all her clothes, she was just like, but I feel like couples need something to joke about. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
she did take it good.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if it was annoying her, she'd be like, but I get it. And
Yeah.
she even said that he was very patient.
Yes.
She was like, he's a very patient guy. It's like,
Yes.
so she knows even on her side, she may need some patience. But on his side, it's just like, all right, homeboy, you've been clowning me.
She was very funny though. They asked her. He said, "I feel like you're not gonna change in one thing." And they cut to her. She was like, "Nope."
Nope.
Never.
Why-
Not anyway.
She's
Nope.
She was like, what do I need to change?
Nope. Never.
She
List
stood in
finger.
there 10 toes down.
List
Never.
finger.
Tell me why.
I told you
Hold
I'm
on,
not.
I get it. Hold on.
And I like how
List finger. Why do I need to change something?
I like how when they're around, other couples, she lets him talk.
She does.
She really she
Because
is
she
not,
knows she's an introvert.
and not only that, I think like even though her money will always supersede the money that he makes, just the way their careers are set up, you can tell she is not going to make him feel small about that.
Yeah.
She's
100%.
really allowing
Yeah.
him to walk in his manliness,
Yeah.
and she wants that. So she lets him speak for them.
Yep.
She looks at him,
Yep.
nods her head like, "Yep, I'm attracted to
Because
him."
even the financial thing, it wasn't just, she wasn't like, oh, she was just like, so it means we're
And
starting
let
from
me
scratch.
tell you,
Yeah.
That means
I
you
was
gotta do
actually
this until you get up
surprised
to get
that
everything
she
up.
didn't have more petty because he kept, of course, you never know if they're editing things out of sequence.
Yeah.
But the moment we showed each other savings accounts, and the very next
He
time,
almost started.
He
He was
was
like,
talking
that's-
about my
that's a
closet,
real
my
sign.
shoes, my pants, my shopping, my whatever. I would be looking like you might want to shut up.
I mean,
Yeah.
you might.
I'ma-
You better
I'ma
have
just-
100 bands.
I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna give you a look that says shut up.
That
Right.
would be like if Jose looked at Rachel's savings
Yes.
and she had more than him. Now what's that? Put that on your chart.
Yeah. He'd be like, but what's your credit score? And I have a house. I mean, Jose acts like he learned this all on his own. He probably got a book and listened to it on Audible
He
to
for
learn
sure
all this
did.
stuff.
Yeah,
Learn
he
how to
for sure
budget.
did.
Learn how to get a good credit score. Well, if you don't know what Audible is, let us tell you. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment all in one place. At Audible, you can first find the largest selection of audiobooks ranging from bestsellers to new releases to celebrity memoirs, languages, business, motivation, and more like original entertainment, entertainment from top celebrity creators and thousands of popular binge-worthy podcasts. As an Audible member, you'll get 1 credit every month, good for any title in our entire premium selection. That means the latest bestsellers, the buzziest new releases, and the hottest celebrity memoir or the bucket list title you've been meaning to pick up. Those titles are yours to keep forever in your Audible library. You will also get full access to our popular Plus catalog. It's filled with thousands and thousands of audiobooks, original entertainment, guided fitness and meditation, sleep tracks for better rest, and podcasts, including ad-free versions of your favorite shows and exclusive series. All are included with your membership, so you can download and stream all you want, no credits needed. You'll always find the perfect title for whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, or however you're feeling. Whether it's comedy, romance, suspense, true crime, science fiction, or fitness and wellness. You can even squeeze in a workout or guided meditation without having to go to the gym or a class. With everything you love to listen to all in one app, Audible is your playlist for life. New members can always try Audible for 30 days on us. Now, they have so much to offer. So this is what we want you to do. Visit audible.com/TBTB
TBTB.
or text TBTB to 500-500. Again, visit audible.com/TBTB
TBTB.
or text TBTB to 500-500. Give Audible a try. Check out their premium audio library and all the great shows and meditation things they have to offer. And we thank Audible, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you, Audible.
Thank you, Audible. Someone, Taylor said this, and we said it earlier, that they're editing, which is probably true because
sure.
editors are probably men.
Story
and so
producer.
their story producers are editing her in a very misogynistic way. I said that very early on
Yeah.
because if she was a man who wasn't demanding anything,
Could
and
be
she's
Jose.
not. Yeah, really. Well, I wouldn't. No, not quite the
It
same.
seems like a highlight though.
Yeah, it is, but he's a little bit different to me personally. But I see the point you making. But
nobody have a problem with.
But if it was just a man who was making money and was like, "Woman, I'm not expecting you to do nothing. I want to take you on trips. I want to do whatever."
He got his own money.
Exactly.
He wants to spoil her. What woman doesn't want to be spoiled?
Oh, it's the way people responding to it.
And that's what it is. It's intimidating often for men to have a woman that makes more than him. And so he's bringing it up really out of, I think Angel said this, out of insecurity but when she had the opportunity to be petty,
she didn't.
She didn't. Kudos to her.
She made him feel very, very comfortable in that
situation.
situation.
Kudos to her. Because even when she was like, I can take a joke, no big deal. I promise you, after we showed the accounts, I would be like, you should probably not talk about me.
Right. And I think that did put him in his place.
You got to humble.
Of like, oh, okay, now I might live by humble means, but you have definitely made it so that you can live the lifestyle you want and still be doing better off than what I am.
And she said it a million times. She said it from the first time they talked to her. And her friends echoed it. She makes her own money. She makes good money. She's not expecting. She never said, you going to have to take care of me.
No.
All she ever said is, this is what I want to do with my money. And I take care of my stuff. So let her rock.
And what's interesting is she made the statement, like, I only shop 3 times a year.
Right.
That's the 3 main seasons. Fall and winter, probably the same, summer, spring. I don't know how she's shopping, but it's just like she ain't shopping, or even if she is window shopping, it's not like she's shopping every single day.
But she obviously has made the budget.
But she can do it.
Yes.
She can do what she's doing.
What I thought was funny, I watched the after show. And the what's his name? Gil had on Gucci shoes.
Did.
And
that boy got some white out and painted them pants on too.
The host was like, "Well, Mirla must have got you to do something because you got on these Gucci shoes." He was like, "I never said that I was uncomfortable, that I wanted to not be comfortable." He said, "I'm okay living a luxury life."
He was making it seem like she was
being
irresponsible
and frivolous with her money.
Yeah,
but
he
even made the statement like he's got like designer shoes and stuff, but he don't have a whole closet of stuff. But I'm like, but if she can get it, then she can get it.
Listen.
Right. People have a right to choose how they spend the money that they work for.
Especially when they're single. All the stuff she's done, this was before she got married.
Some people are like, no, you got to save, you got to save. Some people are like, who am I leaving it for?
She ain't got no kids.
Some people want to go.
That's an old school way of thinking. Save everything. Like, saved money don't do nothing for you. Invest.
or
blow a bag and
spend
at the Nobu Hotel.
Spend it.
I agree. She doesn't have any kids, and therefore,
she ain't had no dog.
Who's she gonna leave it off to? She says she want to buy a house. She's clearly saving for that. But outside of that, child.
And what have you done with all your special stuff? You got the little savings and checking over at the credit union in Colombia.
And was talking about my checkings and savings.
I want to know about this Colombia money and why he can't get it out.
Hey, let's not say that too loud. You don't know what's going on in Colombia.
I want to know.
Some, hey, hit me up, Gil. I'm trying to get up into some Colombian money.
Not if we can't get back to it. He said I can't get to that money.
No, she said give it to his family, right?
He said the money I sent, but he showed how much money.
No, she said, but you can get to it when you want. He was like, yeah.
No, but they can't use it towards.
No, they can't use it toward buying a house.
What is it for?
Because it's not already in the bank.
That whole conversation.
It didn't sound like it. Like it takes months to buy a house. He could, if it's accessible. It ain't.
And he said she said so. It sounds like we're gonna have to start from scratch.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Anyway, they're gonna be
tight hour.
All
tight
right,
hour.
On.
Have we done all our ads?
Yeah.
All right, cool. The rest of the stuff next time.
No. I know. Let's go to Brett and Ryan. They're small.
I can't remember anything happening there.
They weren't that major.
He's going to start communicating his feelings towards her more so that she can start opening up. That was pretty much the bulk of it.
Yeah, they were boring compared to everybody
They were very
else.
boring. I still don't think he likes her as much as she likes him.
Yes.
No, I agree with you.
She definitely is crushing on him, and he's just being really reserved about, like, he said that they both decided they wanted to let everything just happen naturally, which I just don't think is a good idea.
Ain't nothing about this natural.
I mean, even the
not normal
experts say we have to set them up to do things to escalate their intimacy, to escalate them getting to know each other. So this approach of let's just let
the manatee
things happen.
thing really bothered him.
Check this out. How much does a manatee weigh?
That thing things are
They're
huge.
huge.
They are enormous.
They are huge,
Now,
man.
granted, I know they are very docile creatures, but they are massive. You are in the manatee's environment.
Right.
I'm not scared of a
he
manatee,
did
but
say
I don't
that.
want one swimming up under me when I'm in this little ass kayak.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I
'cause
agree
the
with
kayak,
you.
you basically in the
Yeah, I
water.
don't understand why he's making such a big deal out of this. Like, that thing it's bigger than this table. They got to weigh close to 2
Manatees
tons.
weigh 990 pounds.
So
Most of them are
almost a
between
ton.
900
Almost a
and
ton.
1,000
Almost a
pounds.
ton.
A ton
All
of
right,
1,000?
a
Yeah.
ton of
Yeah.
an animal.
That's a lot.
A docile animal can still flip you over
Yes.
on accident.
Yes.
Yeah, they can knock you out of something. They can
A
headbutt
swipe
you.
with that little flat, weird-looking tail, it'll cut you in half probably. So I get her. I don't think anybody would disagree with her freaking out over this thing swimming under her kayak.
It was just
But he's
that right
still
after the
bringing it
plane.
up like a week,
The
what, 2
plane,
weeks
and
later.
then the manatee.
The man, she's high strong. Yeah,
But
she might be a little high
can't-
strong, but
there's
calm
certain
down.
things she can't help. You know what I'm saying? She could get help to help her through it, but it's not like she's freaking out on purpose.
Right.
Right.
These are actual fears. If a big old spider crawled up here, probably all of us would be screaming and running in the opposite direction. I know you would if you saw it at the
Yeah,
last
as long
minute.
as I see it first, I'm good.
But he said if it sees him first.
y'all gonna see
That's
me
his
act
thing.
a goddamn
If a spider
fool.
sees him before he sees the
High-pitched
spider, how does
9-year-old
that
girl
work? I
scream.
don't know.
Really?
Man, I had a spider land on my shoulder one time. I didn't know it. It was lime green. It was bright. I was a little younger, probably 12, 13. We outside. I got a tank top on, and I can feel something. I look over, and I can see it out of, you can't look directly at your shoulder. I was undressed in seconds, running down the street. Because this thing had some size to it. And you know how, like, spiders get stirred and they like, lift it like the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what it did. I looked over, and it was doing that already. I lost my mind. Now, if I just like, it's a spider on the wall, I'm like, all right, let's see what we got. Kill it or do whatever. But if it's
Then
on me or
Ryan would
somewhere
just be
near
like,
me,
Marcus was
that's
scared of that
hilarious.
spider when he was 9.
yeah.
And just keep bringing it up.
Wait, you talking about Michaela and what you call it?
No,
No,
Ryan.
Ryan
Brett.
and,
Brett.
Brett,
Brett would
gotcha.
bring it up like that.
Oh, her name is Ryan?
Her name is Brett.
No,
Brett.
yeah. Okay.
So
Her name
Her
is
name is
Brett.
Brett.
He's Ryan. would
He's
bring
Ryan.
It up.
Ryan
Okay.
would bring it
I
up,
was like,
yeah.
I'm out.
I got lost in too many names. I just want to
They both have
clarify.
names that could be either.
I agree. We need to clarify this. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds.
Yes, 1
Okay,
ton is
I didn't-
2,000.
Oh, is it
I'm
It's a
not
2,000?
half
good at
pound.
math.
Yes, a
I
half
was
pound.
like-
a half a ton.
I just assumed that it was
I thought it was
1,000.
16
did,
ounces.
too.
I
but
thought
then
it'd be
was
like,
that's
I thought they
something
would
else.
honestly come in at like 1,500 pounds.
A liter of a manatee.
That's a
Someone
ton
was
and
like,
a
"That's
half.
half a ton," and I was like, "Well, that doesn't make sense."
I mean, does she need to probably see someone to help her with her
Like with
anxiety
the
and
dogs?
fears? Yeah, that would
Yeah.
that would definitely help. But for him to judge her
Oh, I
and
thought
be
that was
irritated
transition. I
about
did
it,
too.
no, we're done with
That's why I
that.
was being quiet. I
It
was
would have
like,
been the
yeah,
perfect
like-
transition, but I don't want to do it no more. But him judging her for it as if she came into this like, I know you love to fly. Let me be scared of flying
Right,
so
right,
that
right.
we can't
Yeah.
go anywhere. It's
Like the dog
dude,
anxiety, all right, maybe you can be annoyed at that. Flying, she don't fly all the time. I remember my first time being on a plane. Didn't like it.
it was to
It
come
is
see
scary.
me.
Yeah, it was. Come see Angel.
oh, you were older.
This was his first time flying.
Yeah,
You
first
ripped
time
the
flying.
seat?
No, I wasn't doing all that, but I was in my head freaking out.
Aw,
They
but
was
I
just
was
like,
worth
oh,
it.
I was talking to this lady beside
Clearly,
me.
all these many years later.
What was her name? I don't remember what her
flew.
name. Her last name
Yeah.
was White.
You flew
And we were just sitting there
backwards to
talking,
Germany.
eating peanuts. We was talking. I was like, this woman don't know I'm about to choke her out because I'm so terrified.
He had to come see his sugar pie.
I was getting flued out, y'all.
I sure was. I bought that ticket. I said, come on over here.
Y'all
do
came,
what you
when
did.
you got here, did you do Bible study?
Yep.
Did I do
He
Bible
spoke in
study?
tongues.
That was good, Angel.
Oh,
That was very good.
I get it now.
That was very good.
I get it now.
I get it now.
Eating it like neck bone, boy. I was up into it. 1 ton soup, just slurping.
Neck bones is
It is.
crazy because you really got to get in there on that neck bone. Neck bones require a lot of work.
Hey, that requires skill.
Hey, that neck bone, to
Hey,
get
you
in the
require
middle
skill.
part.
Hey, if you can show a woman a clean neck bone, she know you're working with something. Like, hey, look at that neck bone, girl. Ain't no meat
That
left
neck bone
nowhere.
would be you.
Look down in them crevices. See, ain't no bone left, ain't no meat left in them crevices right
There
there.
ain't no leave.
Got 'em. Got
I
it
would put
on.
the meat in the crevice now. Ew, bear down, call it striker. Marcus said, forget the double entendre.
Yeah.
It's about coochie eating. That's what I've been trying to tell
Yeah,
you.
y'all,
I'm like, somebody said
What?
the hour is loose.
Far spent.
In my mind, I said, we gonna start at 2. We could be out by 6. I was wrong.
Close. It's
We're
over
very
6:15.
close.
Well, do we have another couple? We got one more.
Yeah, we
Rachel
got
and
one
Jose.
more.
Jose kind of got on my nerves
Oh,
again, too.
he's
Rachel.
so
The
annoying.
The dog, if I was her, I would
Rachel,
erase that
dude.
stupid. He
Jose
is so
tap stands
condescending.
on every nerve I
Let me
have.
tell you
He
what.
is
Every
so
episode.
even how you condescending with herbs?
Yes. I was
How
about to
you
get to that. He was
condescending
like,
with herbs?
you really want to try that? I don't know. Yeah, let's get some lettuce.
Shut up!
Like, come
man.
on,
It
dude.
doesn't
She
matter.
is the perfect person for
Oh,
it.
I
Yeah.
be wanting her to be mad, and she
I do
don't
too.
be.
I do.
Jose, he talks about things. He has a
Even but even his mama said, don't let that boy control everything.
Yeah.
she
she
did.
Woman up.
Bro, let her pick out if she want herb de Provence or she want
Time.
cilantro or thyme
Yeah.
lettuce. What about butter lettuce? What about let me pick what I want?
Yeah.
She said, I was thinking maybe we can make like salsa. She was like, okay.
He
I
gotta
just wanted
always
this
have
because
it
it
this
smells
way.
good.
She's already
Yeah.
Jose. I'm gonna take him to
He's not
Spain.
controlling.
Jose.
He just
so
has a
condescending. I'd be-
plan. That's controlling, girl.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
He wanted to get that money for that account so bad.
Look
He's
what
like
this episode did to us.
I want to erase that board.
Yeah, Jose.
I hate
It's
that
just
boy.
I
She's gonna
don't
be-
know.
No, what am I without my credit score?
It is so that board is so much of his value.
Sure enough.
Oh my God.
And I really wish that he could just let it go. It's nothing
should
wrong with
pay
being
somebody to
proud
break
in
in
what
and
he's
steal it.
accomplished. There's nothing wrong with him being assured in what he's doing. But like sometimes
stop
you
bringing
just
it
gotta
up.
calm down. And then he was talking about, he did piss me off when he was like, taking trips and being reckless and like stupid with money. I was like,
Yeah.
God, dog.
Yeah.
The
He
way
did
he
say, like-
talked about it, it's like a lot of times homeowners are like this to people who don't own a home.
Yep.
They often talk about them as if they can't own a home
Or they're
they don't-
beneath them.
And you
They're
don't know.
beneath
You
them or
don't
they don't
know.
understand the value. Some people understand the value and they just don't want
I
to.
want to see the world.
I don't
You
want
don't
a
know
home.
anything outside the foundation of your house.
Yeah,
also,
so much of his personality. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so much of his personality is on that board.
Yes.
It's his job, it's his money, and his credit score. Okay, nigga, maybe you get a medical bill. Now your credit score is messed up. He gonna be
Right.
depressed.
Yeah.
If he get a 615, he ain't gonna know who he is.
No, his whole
without that
personality
credit.
Gonna
is
be
that.
Bruh.
suicidal.
I
The
have
other
good
thing
credit.
I
I don't
need-
bring it up every second of every day.
Because it's unnecessary. The other thing I think people have to realize is that buying a home is legitimately a privilege. Because saving for a 20% down payment
Yeah.
means you have to have extra income
Yeah.
to
Right.
put it aside and not touch it to build up to whatever that number is and still be able to live your
Yes,
life.
yes.
The fact of the matter is things are expensive.
Very
Very,
expensive.
very,
Expensive.
And
very,
if you live
very
in LA,
expensive.
Yeah.
there is no shame in being like, I don't really want that.
I don't want that. I don't wanna
I'd
pay
rather save
HOAs.
it and go on a trip.
Let me tell you, I'm in this. Well, I haven't participated in a while. I'm in this FIRE group. It's Financial Independence Retire Early. Most people, and these are people who are retiring at like 35, 40. Most people who are in that type of zone do not own their primary residence.
Really?
No, they rent. Yeah, they absolutely rent. If they own property, the only way it becomes actual like cash flow is if it's rented out. So they don't live in anything that they own because then they're not making money off of it.
Ah.
That was one of the that was one of the misconceptions of, home ownership is something that has been drilled into us as Americans as we should own the house that we're living in. But as far as in actual financial independence and being able to have money to live in the house that
I
you
get
own,
that.
you are not, it's no longer, it's an asset in the sense of if you
But
sell
Sell
it,
it.
But it's not income.
but it's not income.
And I think that's the thing that's missed. People say own
Which is why I
property,
wanna
own
sell
real
the one
estate,
in
own real
Washington.
estate. It's like just because you own it don't mean you're supposed to live in it. Own it, lease it, rent it.
He didn't win the property value.
I don't want you to ever do that with your head ever again. But yes, so I say all that to say that he's making it seem like her renting or her wanting to take trips is a lifestyle that is not desired by a lot of people. A lot of
100%.
people would rather spend their money experiencing life,
Enjoying life.
Yes, than to make money just to see it.
I be like that.
I
That's
agree.
how I
I think the only I'm gonna cut you off and I'm gonna let you finish. I think that if you have children, I think that's where you start thinking about legacy. And like, what do you have to leave your kid?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think when it's just you, yourself, and you, and you ain't got no kids, you ain't worried about your mama, your dad, whoever else you may think like, I want to leave some money to my brother. It is absolutely 100% your prerogative
Bobby Brown said it.
to go into the ground with $0.
Yep.
Absolutely.
In every memory.
And you could have had the life of your life.
100%.
I was just talking to Brendan about this today. I said I could have easily saved my money. Not did the soundstage, not did the app. But for me, life it's for taking risks. Let me see if we can build something more amazing. I know it's going to cost a lot. Let me go all the way to Spain. I know that's more expensive than going to Mexico, but I want to go far.
Because when it's all said and done, it's done.
It's
That's
done.
it.
I can
It's
live
done.
out my death. If I'm on my deathbed,
Jose think they gonna bury him with that board.
your credit score gonna be dead.
Like,
Yeah,
is that what you want them to say at your
gonna
He
eulogy?
gonna be on his
board.
deathbed like, I had an 815.
Here
all
lies
my
on the
life.
tombstone.
Jose with an 815 credit score.
Never
Every
left
month
his zip
he
code.
brought in $5,000 and his outgo was only $2,500.
Right.
Oh my God, who
Let this be a lesson
cares?
to you. To
That is
always
not
live
living to
below
me.
your
Yeah.
means.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
this girl, I'm trying to go to a different language of a country every single year.
nice.
Right.
Ain't nothing
And his
wrong with it.
stepmama was like, she said, I'm taking him to Europe. Stepmama was like, me too, girl.
Yes. She's
Yeah.
like, if he don't want to go, take me, honey. Yeah, I can't wait until some of his ego gets a little deflated so he can understand. Because I don't think
It's
we've
not
really
going to with
seen.
her.
Well, I don't know. I think it's going to take the professionals to
Yeah,
talk to
yeah,
him
yeah,
to get
yeah,
him
yeah.
to understand that, yo, wow, yeah, it's great to be proud of what you're doing, but you can't keep thinking that your way is the only
You
right
think you're
way to
better
live.
than me. He
100%.
Derek better.
Oh, he definitely
Oh,
think he
yeah.
better.
You think you better than us out here because you save your money and all that type of stuff. And I feel like she is going to get more and more annoyed. I hope so.
I do too.
I want her to get more and more annoyed with
The
it 'cause
most
I'm
dangerous
annoyed.
part about him is he's actually like steadfast and unmovable
Yes.
Yeah.
in his thinking. If you have great credit, you save this money, yada, 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 but you were willing to be like, oh, I never thought of. Well, let's talk about
Yes.
how we can like merge both of our worlds and like make this a
Yes.
thing. Be perfect. But the fact that he's like so condescending, you are wrong, you are immature, you are reckless. And what I need you to do is allow me
Right.
to take over everything, and I'll
Yes.
give you a little
And
allowance.
I will fix where you are wrong.
Yes.
Because you don't know what you're doing.
That's
I don't know
the
how
biggest
you
problem.
lived before you met me.
Lanice is telling the truth. Wait until Dr. Pepper get a hold of him. She
Oh,
gonna
shut up.
snatch
Listen,
a
there'll
knot
be
to that
23
little
flavors of
tamale.
smacking.
We did it close to a
Tight
tight
hour.
hour.
Tight hour.
Boom. Thank you guys so much for joining us for today's episode of The Bald and the Beautiful.
But and the beauty.
We'll be back in your feed next week with another one. Until the next time, bye.
Y'all have a good one, fam.